Hello, it is me, Gay Crouton. I am back again with another fanfiction exchange announcement. We're waiting on about 3 more from the episode exchange, and a lot of us are still making our way through reading them. But I would just like to say thank you, because wow, that was definitely the most successful. We had 45 participants, and literally 42 posted on the day of the exchange. So wow, thank you. That is amazing. But this is an announcement for the next fanfiction exchange. I did want to make it known that I am going to be releasing a video kind of explaining what the exchange is. And the reason for that is just because I sent out that SurveyMonkey link and I got some suggestions, and I want it to be known that I read every single suggestion. I took it into consideration. I looked at all the polls, and this is very democratic, so I take that into consideration. Whatever the people want, I try to incorporate into the exchanges. But some, it didn't seem like maybe, sometimes it felt like maybe they didn't quite understand what the exchange was. And by that, just for example, I mean, it's impossible for me to have it at random, but yet let writers specify what they want to write, because there's no way for me to dictate that they would get matched with someone whose qualifications would meet up with what they're willing to write. Either how, so sorry it takes me 20 years to get to the point, but so this fanfiction exchange is the October fanfiction exchange, and the challenge, or the cool thing about this one, is that it will be the one-word prompt exchange, spooky edition, because it's still October and I want it to be slightly scary. But so before you get intimidated about that, I will kind of explain it a little more. I know one-word prompting is very much kind of a Tumblr thing. I'm not sure if it happens a lot outside of Tumblr, but because that's where I see it the most. So essentially, instead of having like a long prompt of like Scully and Mulder go off on a very romantic vacation and they do XYZ blah 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 blah, vacation, something like that, and the author can choose to do whatever they want with it. This time, it just has to be a spooky word. So whatever your heart desires. Spooky is in the eye of the beholder. Clowns. I wouldn't think clowns are scary, or spooky, but you might. So you can put clowns in your thing. Literally, doesn't matter to me. Just put whatever you want. And also with this, I'm not saying that. Let's say we did do clowns. It's not that the whole entire story has to be about clowns. It could literally be Mulder and Scully. Maybe you're like, oh, I had a childhood fear of clowns. Oh, really? Why? Like, just mention it. Or you could have them go on a case about clowns. Whatever your heart desires, honestly. The prompter will still have some say in the specificity of the story, in terms of it'll have, I'll show you in a second. So we are looking at the official sign-up document on my phone, just to kind of show what the different categories are you'll have to fill out. So first you have your name and the AO3 account. I would kind of prefer if you make an AO3 account, just because I know a lot of people do rely on the AO3 collections that I make to look at all the fanfic exchanges. You don't have to, but just kind of be aware of that. Your email, if for some reason you really are uncomfortable having your email in a public document, or even if you would rather have this be anonymous, you can absolutely reach out to me and we can figure something out. The email's easy, but I mean, if you want to be absolutely anonymous with no username, I technically have made a fanfiction exchange account on AO3, so we could really be as anonymous as you want. Just let me know. Twitter, Tumblr, or both, please specify whatever your spooky word is. If you want to be a rebel and hyphenate, go ahead. I don't care. Just has to be quote-unquote one word. Your season, if you would want a season range instead of a specific season, that's fine with me. If you want to go like 1 through 3 or like 4 through 6, knock yourself out. Do what you want. Genres, for whatever you prefer, and ship. And I will say, the one thing that I did get off of the survey is that you can have any ship. People are totally down with any ship, but please keep it within the X-Files universe. Kind of under the premise that if you're participating in the X-Files fanfiction exchange, you've seen the X-Files, but it's not going under the presumption you've seen all of Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny's work, even though a lot of us have. Going on that assumption and then having someone get Estelle and Scully, they can't do it, or they have a lot more homework than some of the rest of us have. But also, something I just wanted to add is that you can always switch. That's totally fine. If you don't like your prompt. If you don't like your prompt, which is very hard because this time it's literally one word, or if you don't like your season, it's part of the challenge. Like, if you don't really write, I don't write for season 11 or 10 really ever. And then this last exchange I had to, and I was like, wow, I had a jolly time. I had to revisit things that I hadn't revisited in a while, even though I love that episode, but besides the point. But, like, that's not what I'm talking about. But if you don't write smut, and this person's, like, spooky word is, like, bondage, that's not spooky. But if it was something like that, and their qualification was, like, smut, please, and you don't write smut, you don't have to write smut. Like, if it's not if you don't think you're not good at writing smut, explore. Venture out. But if you fundamentally that makes you cringe and so uncomfortable, that's totally fine. Just hit me up and I will put my feelers out and I'll find someone that wants to switch with you. That's totally fine. If no one does, I'll switch with you. I really don't give a shit. But if you're talking with a friend who's in the exchange and you're like, I like your prompt, you can switch. Just let me know so I have it on official records. But yeah, you can absolutely switch with your friend. That's fine. I cannot emphasize how chill this is. I just have to know. This is something that I just wanted to add, is that unlike the episode exchange where I asked that everyone please choose a different episode, if you want to repeat a word, knock yourself out. That doesn't matter to me. A season 2 story about vampires is going to be so much different than a season 7 story about vampires. And even if it literally is set in the same season, same genres, same ship, same qualifications, every writer has a different interpretation of prompts. But so, I have no concept of time, so let me get my calendar out. For due dates, why did they do that? This exchange will be due on October 19th. October 19th, 2019. I had to fucking look at the year. October 19th, 2019. And if you're going to drop out, I would really prefer that you tell me on October 12th. And I'll show you. So it's due on October 19th. Please tell me if you're going to drop out by October 12th, so I have time to find someone to replace. And if it's not done by October 26th, also apparently Hillary Clinton's 72nd birthday, who knew? Apparently I did. Then I will have to find someone to replace you. I'm so sorry. But please don't make me. You guys know that I'm so shy and non-confrontational that when I have to do it, it just sounds weak. But if I'm not strict, people get mad at me. Last time I made a video and I was being stern, someone said I was angry and shrewd. So I don't mean to be shrewd and angry, but please just follow the rules, please. Yeah, I think that's it. So I hope to see you. I hope that this doesn't intimidate you, because it shouldn't. Is there a lot more creativity with it? Yeah. Do some people really hate it when you don't have a specific prompt? Yeah. But some people love it. Like, really, your creative juices, they know no bounds. So I hope to see you join. If you have any questions, please hit me up at GayCrouton on Twitter or Tumblr, or if you have my email, or if you have my phone number, like, just hit me up. But thanks.